Hey everyone, Norm from Tested here at Sideshow Con. Sideshow has been so generous to invite me to check out some of the figures they have on display throughout this whole week, and this whole back wall is devoted to hot toys. I'm taking a deep breath because I'm seeing some amazing stuff for the first time here. Now, these figures are going to be cycled out throughout the week as they bring in new stuff to show, but what they have set up here are their new Star Wars figures. So we're just going to go down the line and give you some close-ups, and I'm going to tell you why I'm so excited about all this stuff. Let's start right down there. Okay, big surprise. I didn't expect this at all, but from, of course, the prequel trilogy, you got the Battle Droid with a vehicle. Yeah, this is their STAP, the single, single transport aerial platform. Is that what it is? But they're now doing a lot of these amazing vehicles. You saw that with the Mandalorian series, they had a speeder bike. You've seen all sorts of, ways to pose their 6-scale characters with new vehicles. And this, the way they have it posed, it's awesome. It's so dynamic. I mean, the Battle Droid, this is like the most memorable way I can imagine a Battle Droid being posed, and that's super cool. Now, not only do they have vehicles, there are also new display platforms, and Boba Fett, as we're now anticipating a Boba Fett TV show. We saw this at the end of the Mandalorian season 2, but Boba Fett in his new refurbished armor is also with the option to come with a throne room. This is him taking over essentially Jabba's throne that we saw in Return of the Jedi. And Hot Toys has recreated the throne room, including all the little details here. Look at the sides. That's an incredible display. There's going to be a version of Boba Fett that you're going to get the head sculpt as well. But the one with the throne room with just the armament, again, refurbished the way that you can see the underlayering, right? The black fabric, the way that meshes with the armor. I love how they've married that, the classic Boba Fett armor that we saw in the original trilogy, now with just new cut and sew fabric. And to see it in 6-scale, yeah, it looks super, super badass. Can't wait for this to come out. Hot Toys also has quarter-scale figures, and they announced this earlier, I guess earlier this year or late last year, but the Mandalorian in quarter scale. This is the deluxe stand that comes with. It does come with a Grogu in Pram, but the impressive part is this from season 1. He's holding that blaster when he's engaged with the troops. And at quarter scale, we've seen recreations of the costume at full scale. The belt, the Amblam rifle in the back, the way that's married to the costume. Again, the layering of that fabric here, the stitch work at quarter scale, it looks so good. Oh, and the deluxe bases at quarter scale are really something to behold. I mean, you have, the IG droid down here, another helmet down here. Oh, that's gorgeous. And this is quarter scale posable, of course. It's not just a static figure. From the Mandalorian series, ton of figures. Also, some announced, some new. We heard announced earlier this month the Armorer. That's, again, this one comes with a display background. Fans been wanting this for a long time. But also, we have Bo-Katan and newly shown Casca Reeves and Axe Woves. The likeness of Bo-Katan, I'm telling you, looks incredible. I want to give a special shout out to this Ahsoka figure, because if I had to give my personal favorite, the one I'm most excited for, it might be this one. I think, the performance in Mando Season 2 was so memorable, the fact that we're going to get an Ahsoka show, but there are things that we can see in this prototype that you might not notice, just looking at, the product page for this. One, it's a seamless body, but extremely posable. So something I always think about, how do I pose with lightsabers? Shoulders back here, arms can be stretched out or bent, but nice that, there's part of the costume. It covers up to the elbow, so you don't see any bends in there, especially with, her head tails, right? When you think of the equivalent of this character's hair, there's always that debate over sculpted hair or punched hair, or and what's best at this scale. Personally, I love sculpted hair, but one of the things I notice with sculpted hair is that it can occasionally limit or determine how you pose a figure. Turns out these head tails are going to be posable. They're basically the same type of seamless structure as well, and it looks like there will be some wiring on the inside, so you can pose her and have her looking around, and specifically looking around because there's also going to be the PERS system, which Hot Toys has had for a long time, and for individual moving the eyes left or right, so you can really have the personality and the right attitude and the right moment that you're capturing with the pose. The deluxe version of Ahsoka will come with the base, will come with the lantern, will come with a Grogu, and it's for the live action interpretation of this fan favorite character. I don't think that they could have done a better job on the show representing and bringing that character to physical life, and also here now in 6th scale. It really, really is gorgeous. Hot Toys, their sculptors, their painters are just second to none when it comes to recreating the likeness of the actors in these characters. And if you're a fan of the characters that were shown in season 2 of The Mandalorian, Cobb Vanth also newly announced here. And also they finally have a Mandalorian with Pedro Pascal's likeness, with likeness of Mando, helmet off, and this is with the chrome armor, and so it's a different finish, and that chrome, yeah, it's real shiny. I think it's appropriate for Beskar. Now, big fan favorites, of course, Grogu. We called him colloquially Baby Yoda, but Grogu, and Hot Toys announced previously that you could get like a Grogu set of Grogu as he appears in Mando. This one I think is new. This is a new set of Grogu figures. So you have Grogu toward the end of season 2, as well as earlier on, including the eggs from Frog Lady. It's a lovely, cute little accessory set to deck out and to pose and stage the characters. Super Battle Droid here, something I've never seen as well. That would go very well with the Battle Droid. And speaking of vehicles, there's of course the speeder bike that Mando is on. Here again, they've posed it with the chrome armor, and yeah, that's a really, really shiny finish. It still has the weathering on top of the chrome, so right into the different insignias, still into the nooks and crannies there. But yeah, you look at this thigh plate here, and it looks shiny, but also with the dirt and grime that's built up, and a delightful little Grogu in the back as well. Ears back, cutest Grogu when the ears are back. Now this makes me feel like I'm back at Comic-Con, because I love going to Comic-Con when Sideshow has a chance to show like an experiment or something that Hot Toys is tinkering with that we hope that collectors will get. And this is a diorama piece, right? So Hot Toys looks like they're stepping into doing some type of building work that you can place the 6th scale figures in. And as someone who loves to take photos and pose and create scenes with these figures, having the building here, whether it's on Tatooine or wherever Mando gets to visit with the remnant troopers, I'm looking at this and I see like different angles, different ways I could pose Mando around the corner with the blaster up, or engaged, or even on top of here. It just allows for a lot of fun, which is what you want to have with these figures. So I hope, personally, I really hope this becomes a real product and something that I can pick up and set up. It becomes a real centerpiece to the collection. And then finally, didn't expect this as well, but also from original trilogy. We know that Sideshow did a great interpretation of their speeder bike, in on the Force Moon of Endor. And Hot Toys is doing their interpretation as well. So you have the white-colored speeder bike from Mando, but you also now have the more traditionally painted one from the original trilogy with the Scout Trooper, a little bit of foliage, and yeah, that's gonna be really cool too for those who want to build out. So book ended by classic characters on vehicles, and of course, a whole new universe of characters from The Mandalorian. Hot Toys also has characters from the Disney Plus shows, and so I'm really excited to check those out. You know, new Captain America, Winter Soldier. I hear even more familiar faces, as well as from WandaVision. So you have Scarlet Witch, Vision, White Vision, and other surprises as well. And things from DC Universe too. There's the Nightmare Batman and the Nightmare Superman from Zack Snyder's Justice League. I think it's a pretty great time to be a collector. So I'm gonna catch my breath, take some photos, get some close-ups, and let you enjoy these characters, these prototypes of Hot Toys.